target will soon reach critical altitude. Frogs 2. All of the missiles have been destroyed.
I was cutting it pretty close. I was starting to get a little nervous.
You're telling me you had us sweating up here, and there wasn't even anything we could do about it. Glad we were partnered with you on this operation.
That went about as expected. Be sure to include in the report how much ass I kicked while off the company commander's leash.
Roger that, and I'll be sure to include all the crap you said about Wiseman, too.
We have successfully prevented an enemy ballistic missile attack. Strider Squadron, you did very well without your unit commander. We are now preparing for the final stage of our long-range operation, seizing the capital. With the loss of an arsenal bird followed by the destruction of their ballistic missile base, Erusea is running out of ways to counter. This is a great opportunity for the Osean army to bolster our power to eventually take down the Erusian capital of Farbanti. The special long-range strategy is entering its final phase. Our objective is to attack and capture the Erusian Air Force Base in Cape Rainy in northern Erusia. This important base is at the forefront of our strategy to establish control of Farbanti. Under the cover of night, our plan is that all squadrons will invade from the valley to the south and mount an air assault on the area. The enemy's observation field has eyes on the skies above the valley, so your altitude will need to be restricted. If you go over a certain altitude, the enemy could spot you, ending the mission in failure. Keep that in mind. Once you arrive, you are to take out the enemy's air defense forces as soon as possible and prepare for the support squadrons. When the air defense forces are neutralized, the helicopter squadron should arrive carrying Marines. The plan is to take control of the base. Getting through the valley is only half the job.
Squadron, aircraft prep complete. You're cleared to taxi.
Beginning nighttime aerial refueling process. Be careful of reduced visibility. 1,500 meters to tanker. Too fast. Lower airspeed. 50 meters. Excellent work, Trigger. Refueling initiated. Maintain your current position.
Strider 1, you have passed through waypoint 1. No weapons until you reach the enemy base. All aircraft, reduce altitude. We have altitude restrictions from here on out. Keep altitude below 600 meters. Good. Maintain your current course.
Searchlight up ahead. Watch for it.
Stay out of their sight.
Strider, Nasless 1. Our current ETA matches yours. We'll catch them off guard. Can we secure the LZ quickly?
We'll get you down safe. I'm worried you're short on men.
Caution.
Everyone here's already signed their wills.
That ain't funny.
Never was good at jokes. Okay, follow you in. Good luck.
Understood.
Caution alert.
Strider 1, your altitude is too high. Check your altimeter and reduce altitude at once.
Caution.
Strider 1, you've passed through waypoint 2. The valley's about to get narrower. Be careful.
Caution alert. Caution. Pull up. Caution.
When can we take on the final mission? I'm starting to get tired of all this.
Caution.
This is the last step, Count. We'll take the enemy base and use it as a bridgehead.
Watch yourselves out there. We're going to need all of you in Farbanti. Without Wiseman here, everybody wants to give orders like they're the company commander himself. The best thing about Strider Squadron is our leader keeps his mouth shut.
Caution. 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 Pull up. Caution. Pull up.
Watch your speed.
Caution. Pull up.
You've passed waypoint 3. You're coming up on the base, imposing radio silence.
Caution.
We won't be able to talk again until you're over the base. Continue to keep an eye on your altitude. There are plenty of dark spots that can sneak up on you.
Caution alert. Caution alert. Caution. Pull up. Caution. Caution. Pull up. Caution. Pull up. Caution. Pull up. Caution. Caution. Caution.
passed through waypoint 4. Radio silence has been lifted. You're almost at the base.
We made it. That was quite the roller coaster ride.
Visual confirmation on the airbase. Reach destination.
Commence the attack. It's time for their wake-up call. The longer it takes, the worse off we'll be. Hurry up. Finish them off.
All right, let's give them a beating.
Target acquired.
Enemies are attacking! Where did they come from? Fire up the searchlights! I can't see where the enemies are coming from!
Looks like the enemy's air defenses are online. I guess they finally decided to wake up. Keep up the attack. The sooner we finish this thing, the better.
This is Basilisk 1. Arrived at the AO. Landing now.
Roger that. If the enemy is still present in large numbers when our ground forces arrive, the mission will be failure. Go help our allies.
Be quick. On time. Base is free.
Your jokes haven't gotten any better.
They forgot our leader's bird. Hurry or they'll put us on the ground.
Target destroyed.
Say goodbye.
Hostiles are still near the LZ. Can't make our approach.
Multiple helicopters spotted. Do you have a visual on them? Strider 1, I need you to take out those enemies at the LZ. Strider 1, locked on target. Strider 1, Vox 2.
Missile inbound, evade! Pay attention, break!
We need to immediately destroy anything that'll jeopardize the landing.
Lockdown bandit. Attacking.
The timing couldn't be worse. This puts our delivery staff in danger.
Traeger, the enemy has a lock on you!
Break. Break. They shot down Roland.
Locked on bandit.
Strider 1, target destroyed.
This is Basilisk 1. Landing now. Trust your allies and keep moving. This base is ours for the taking. Wait for the base, Commander. What are you waiting for? 30% of our AA guns. Fire finally. That was a real opposition. We've engaged the enemy reinforcements. Requesting immediate close air support.
Copy that. We'll send some your way.
Pizza guy's in trouble. Let's help him out.
It's all right. Those two Ozian big shots will take care of them for us.
All enemy fighters down.
I feel their pain. I really do. But this is war.
Locked on bandit.
Strider Squadron, do it quickly, or we'll lose the element of surprise.
Air support is on its way. gun is counterattack. Damage to our unit is at 20%.
Keep firing! Damage report. We need to turn to the wounded.
We need you to deal with the remaining hostiles. The assault forces are facing strong resistance.
Get out of here, hurry!
We can't carry out our mission.
Vehicle eliminated.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Strider 1, missile inbound, evade! Missile inbound, evade!
APC eliminated. Hostile lockout in Strider 1. Target acquired.
Get you now!
Missile. 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 Missile.
How are you? Are you still in this?
Strider 1, missile away.
That's the last of our anti-air guns. They've all been taken out.
Missile.
Shaking off enemy lock!
Missile.
Missile inbound, evade!
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Target hit.
Missile.
Target is eliminated.
Okay, that takes care of all the SAM sites. Picking up an enemy squadron. It must be the reinforcements they called in.
We've confirmed at least one leader. It's the one with the 3
Star
scratches.
warning. Star warning.
Watch 2!
Target eliminated. Great work.
Okay, that attack just took out the enemy from the front line. Going ahead is cleared up. Have our tanks.
Give me a damage report. We've suffered heavy losses. This is more than a surprise attack.
Emergency! The enemy reinforcements? They're stopping us! We can't do anything about their air power. We need support.
One last enemy fighter.
Say goodbye. Ambush, stay cool, reform the race! Lancaster, requesting close air support.
Strider Squadron, enemy reinforcements. Get some goddamn support there now.
Enemy numbers are small. Don't give in. Fight until the very end.
That takes care of that. Nice work. We did it. That's the last of them. We've achieved air superiority.
Star warning. Star warning.
Target locked.
Missile launched.
Missile. Missile. Caution. Alert. Star warning.
This is 2-2. We're stuck. We won't be able to capture the base at this rate.
Keep your heads down. 3 strikes will take care of the enemy.
Target in gun range.
This is taking too long. We've been surrounded by the enemy reinforcements. Our boys had to surrender. This operation is a failure. Visual confirmation on the airbase. Reach destination.
Commence the attack. It's time for their wake-up call. The longer it takes, the worse off they'll be. Hurry up. Finish them off.
All right, let's give them a beating.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Enemies are attacking. Where the hell did they come from?
Target in gun send some your way.
Pizza guy's in trouble. Let's help him out.
Missile.
It's all right. Those two Osean big shots will take care of them for us.
Strider Squadron, do it quickly. We'll lose the element of surprise.
Air support is on its way.
Strider 1, target acquired.
How are you? Are you still in this?
Target eliminated. Great work.
Okay, that attack just took out the enemy from the front line. The way ahead is cleared up. Have our thanks.
Give me that damage report. We've suffered heavy losses. This is more than a surprise attack.
Missile evaded. Picking up an enemy squadron. It must be the reinforcements they called in.
I can't believe it. The native aircraft was one leader. It's the one with the 3 scratches.
Target locked.
Bandit acquired. Initiating attack.
Emergency! These are enemy reinforcements! They're stopping us! We can't do anything about their manpower. We need support.
We've still got 3 enemy fighters left. It's not over yet. The enemy's looking to engage. Watch your back. 2 remaining.
Everybody stay cool. Regroup the ranks. Rochester, requesting close air support.
Strider Squadron, enemy reinforcements. Get some goddamn support there now.
Missile.
Enemy numbers are small. Don't give in. Fight until the very end.
One last enemy fighter.
Locked on. Down.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Missile. Missile.
This is nothing compared to what we faced in the last mission.
Warning, this
time for their wake-up call. The longer it takes, the worse off we'll be. Hurry up, finish them off.
All right, let's give them a beating.
Strutter 1, missile launched.
Hostile eliminated. That's the way to do it.
Caution.
Enemies are attacking! Where the hell did they come from?
Target acquired.
Fire off the searchlights! I can't see where the enemies are coming from!
It looks like the enemy's air defenses are online. Guess they finally decided to wake up. Keep up the attack. The sooner we finish this thing, the better. Roger that.
Missile.
If the enemy is still present in large numbers when our ground forces arrive, the mission will be a failure. Go help our allies.
Be quick. On time, means it's free. Your jokes haven't gotten any better. Target obliterated.
Missile.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Missile. Missile.
Catch him now. Hostile for still near the LZ. Can't make our approach.
Multiple helicopters spotted. Team up a visual on them. Strider 1, I need you to take out those enemies at the LZ. Strider 1, lock on target.
Enemies on me! Breaking up! Enemy missile! Breaking!
Fox 2, Fox 2.
Strider 1, missile launched. Okay, that takes care of all the SAM sites. The timing couldn't be worse. This puts our delivery staff in danger.
Get out of this! Abandoned aircraft!
Pull up.
He dodged it.
Missile after me! Breaking!
Strider 3 launching missile.
All enemy fighters down.
Fall warning.
I feel their pain, I really do. But this is war.
Strider 1, target destroyed.
Task was 1. Landing now.
Caution. Pull up.
Trust your allies and keep moving. This base is ours. Take it to cover. Wait the base, Commander! What are you waiting for?
Fox 2,
That's the last of our anti-air guns. They've all been taken out. We've engaged the enemy reinforcements. Requesting immediate close air support.
copy that. We'll send some your way.
These guys in trouble. Let's help them out.
It's all right. Those two Ozian big shots will take care of them for us.
Strider Squadron, do it quickly, or we'll lose the element of surprise.
Air support is on its way.
Bandit hit. Strider 2, Fox 2.
Vehicle confirmed destroyed. Target eliminated. Great work.
Okay, that attack just took out the enemies on the front line. The way ahead is cleared up. Have our thanks.
Give me a damage report. We've suffered heavy losses. This is more than a surprise attack.
Picking up an enemy squadron. It must be the reinforcements they called in.
Breaking out of target. Confirmed at least one leader.
Emergency! See the enemy reinforcements? They're stopping us! We can't do anything about their air power. We need support.
One last enemy fighter.
That's the last of them. We've achieved air superiority.
Stall warning. Stall warning.
Missile launched.
Strider 1, hostile has a lock.
Missile.
Target acquired.
Caution.
Tank is destroyed.
Caution. Pull up.
Target destroyed.
Caution. Pull up.
The enemy's begun his counterattack. Damage to our unit is at 20%.
Keep firing!
That's it. We take up those two. Force our way inside the facility.
Target's destruction confirmed. That air support was right on the money.
Pushing the enemy on their heels.
Okay, start running on the count of 3.
Great. I get to finally send my boys in to ring the doorbell.
There's still quite a few enemies holed up in there. However, we can't afford to wait any longer.
Caution.
Begin the assault. If anyone resists, kill them. Contact! 2 o'clock! Go! Go! Fire!
Car, tear down that barricade.
How'd it go?
This is Basilisk 1. The base is ours. We have control of all major functions.
Glad the pizza was on time.
Roger that, Basilisk 1. Mission accomplished.
All prisoners of war will be treated in accordance with international law. We've even brought pizza.
Caution. Pull up.
Looks like they can shred those wills.
I'm already getting an earful from the men over the needless paperwork.
No joke.
Okay, go ahead and begin your approach. Move to the flight control.
Roger that.
Strider 1, this is Basilisk. The runway is clear. You have permission to land. The party is on as soon as you get here. Reduce your speed. 3,000 meters to the runway. Lower your nose. You're too high. 1,500 meters to the runway. You are right on course. Maintain current heading. Right on the money, Strider 1. Strider 1 has landed. Let's go and greet him.
Strider 1.
Excellent work on the night raid. Submarines have arrived from the Ocean mainland and are refueling. This base will serve as a frontline platform for our mission to take Farbanti. We're almost at the end of this operation.
Mihai's second sortie was designed to calculate how his physiology changed under the stress of combat. My job was to compare his performance as a pilot now to when he was younger and understand how his skills evolved. To tell you the truth, I'm not sure I wanted to know the answers anymore. For a man his age, Mihai's body was unbelievably resilient, remarkably flexible. His reflexes were as sharp as they ever were. Still, after all those years of flying in the outer layers of the atmosphere, even someone as strong as Mihai wasn't immune to the effects of the strain. The human body is fragile. It was not meant to handle the excessive amounts of radiation that constantly bombarded the stratosphere. For Mihai's second sortie, we used a flight suit that was still untested. He seemed fine on takeoff, but by the time he landed back at the base, it was clearly a mess. He got caught in a surprise dogfight with an especially stubborn enemy. It took a while for Mihai to bring him down.
Suspend mission.
The suit was ineffective. According to the data, it wouldn't let him fly to his full potential. A new flight suit was made to my exact specifications. When it finally arrived, Mihai's granddaughters glared at me with their disapproval. They blamed me for the pain their grandfather had to keep enduring. But Mihai remained stoic. He wasn't the type of man who cared about anything that happened here on the ground. I wasn't worried about it. I was confident the new suit would protect him thoroughly so that he could maneuver his plane any way he wanted. The moment he took off in his new flight suit, I realized what I had failed to before. Right after takeoff, as the wheels retracted, the plane suddenly arced up. It accelerated so quickly. I had never seen a plane move like that before. Mihai hit the high G's multiple times before disappearing into the blue. The support team couldn't even keep up. And then I knew. I understood why he never seemed to care about restoring his stolen country back to its former glory, and why he didn't seem to care about anything that happened here on the ground. Of course, Mihai's kingdom was the sky.
The operation to capture Erusia's capital, Farbanti, is beginning. This is the culmination of our work. We need to capture the Erusian forces' general headquarters in the south of Farbanti and end this war. The plan is for ground troops to attack Farbanti from both the east and north, and a task fleet will attack from the southwest. We will secure air superiority over the capital, while providing air support for our allies on the ground and in the water as required. By all accounts, we expect this to be an intense, full-scale battle across land, sea, and air. Should you need to replenish your ammunition or make necessary repairs to your craft, a return line has been set up in the north. During this operation, we will also be tasked with having to destroy the communications satellites that Erusia hacked. If we take down the information communication system that we believe they have control over, it should plunge Erusia into chaos. Once the capital falls, the Erusian military will be isolated and thrown into chaos, making it easier for us to end the war. However, that can't happen until after the capital falls, so you guys are the stars of this battle. Erusea will fight like a tiger, but we cannot lose. We must seize the capital and end this war.
Strider Squadron, proceed to runway. Sortie ASAP.
Our troops have engaged at Farbanti Reconstruction Park, Silver Bridge, and the submerged area. We need you to help our boys in those 3 locations. This'll end the war. It's time. Commence the operation. Our friends are waiting.
Lately, as your company commander, I felt some of you young bucks coming after my championship belt. You're really putting the pressure on me. So I think I'm gonna go out there and run the scope a bit, just to show you guys how it's done. I trust I can count on all you to keep up. Let's get out there, take care of business, come back in one piece. Get away from that missile!
Strider 1, the turn line is to the north. Head that way if you need to refuel. Good luck, everyone.
Locked on bandit. Attacking.
Count is back in the saddle of Cyclops 2.
Missile launched.
It's good to be flying with you again, partner.
Cute. No, it's real funny.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Friendly lost.
Nice kill!
Cyclops 2, Fox 2.
I want it back.
Missile.
Enemy blocked me.
Missile.
Breaking up.
Missile.
Hang in there. This battle isn't over.
Missile.
Strider 1, watch your tail.
Enemy on your ass. Michael 1, Fox 2. Michael 1, attack missed.
Fox 2. Missed. Hit on bandit confirmed.
Missile! Evading!
Our ground forces are now moving to capture Farbanti Reconstruction Park. They're already engaged with the enemy. It seems the enemy was fast to detect them. They could use some air support.
Our air support has stopped the enemy. Advance on the hospital.
forces are heading for two separate combat zones. We need to split our forces in two and meet both threats at once.
Trigger, head for either area. Cyclops will take care of the other.
Roger.
HQ, we're falling back. We don't stand a chance against their air support.
Hold your ground.
Cyclops 4, Fox 2.
Strider 1, locked on target.
Now, support team, open fire.
Target confirmed destroyed.
Locked on bandit.
Missile.
Missile! Missile!
Okay, Trigger. The submerged area is all yours. We'll deal with the other threat.
Let's go. Mission.
Roger. Missile. Missile.
The LRSSG looks like luck is on our side.
Missile.
Strider 1, package away. Keep sending the enemy forces to their watery graves.
Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, locked on target.
Missile.
Three strikes is overhead. Lady Luck's now on our side. Each ship use your own discretion.
Fox 2,
Missile.
Strider 1, missile inbound.
Missile.
bombs away.
Keep an eye on those two fighters. If they get close, we're done for. Deadlock. Is there something we can do?
Vessel confirmed sunk.
We've lost 30% of our fleet. It's going to be difficult to complete our mission given these circumstances.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Everyone's requesting backup. They'll take forever to get here.
Missile. Missile.
Fleet won't lose. We have experience on our side. Thanks to our air support, victory is within sight. Let's turn the remaining enemies into shark bait. Hang in there. Three strikes.
Steer clear of the sunken Allied ships. Just how many did we lose? Damn it, three strikes is back.
Target acquired. Strider 1, missile launched.
What do you mean, retreat? The enemy has sealed off the harbor, preventing us from landing.
Enemy reinforcements on radar. Take them out.
Hostile forces moving near enemy HQ. We don't have enough units to hold them.
Split up. The longer this drags on, the greater our losses.
Roger that.
You guys ever talk about anything other than three strikes?
Strider 1, bombs away.
Missile.
Missile inbound, missile inbound.
Missile.
Target destroyed.
That area's all yours, Strider. Back up one squadron at the Silver Bridge.
Vehicle eliminated.
Okay, locker quiet. Fire.
Keep firing while on the move! Check the port side. We need to regroup.
Missile fired. Pay attention.
Maintain course to return for resupply.
Strider 1, this is Control Tower. Make your landing check.
fast. Lower airspeed. Lower your nose. You're too high. Strider 1, this is Control Tower. The runway is clear.
Special weaponry depleted.
We must take advantage of the opening!
Locked on, you're mine!
up here and help other allies in trouble.
You don't need to try and target every enemy. Just keep your focus. Take one down, then move on to the next.
We must show a resolve.
This one's all mine. This is phase 1. Brabante Reconstruction Park is under our control. Now, on to the enemy headquarters. Hey, those are our planes. Give them away.
How come we're the only ones losing tanks out there? Where is our air support? The tide of the entire battle changed once that plane showed up.
Hold on, you're mine.
Don't let him any closer.
That's a hit.
Minutes remaining. Maintain course to return for resupply.
Strider 1, this is... Strider 1, this is...
Reduce altitude. Right between the buildings. The balance is in our favor.
Strider 1, locked on target.
Target destroyed by Strider 1.
Locked on bandit. Enemy's got a lock.
Strider 2, Fox 2.
Strider 1, hostile has a lock.
1 minute remaining. Chaff flares launched. Vehicle eliminated. You did really well out there. This is sure to bring an end to the war. You'll need heroes.
Don't know what medals they've got for you, but if you want one, we'll come back in one piece.
Strider 1, they're showing on the tail.
The attacks just keep coming.
30 seconds remaining. Hostile vessel destroyed.
Say goodbye.
Missile.
We need that bridge to establish our position. Give those ground troops all support they need.
All aircraft, listen carefully. This is Lancaster. We have the upper hand. The enemy headquarters is almost ours. Operation to eliminate all enemy satellites also underway. All going according to plan. The end of the war is in sight. Think of something you'd like to eat, guys? Because I'm buying.
Roger that.
Man, don't jinx us.
You're right. Two bogies. No, 5 Su-30s inbound.
It's Mr. Rex.
What's going on here? I don't believe it. We've just lost ship 3 and 4. We're taking heavy damage. It's like this monster is toying with us out there. We've got to do something.
LRSSG, we have an emergency order from Mission Command. Bring down Mr. X. I know it's a tall order, but HQ wouldn't ask if they didn't have faith in you.
There they are. It's the Snowbirds. The 2 leaders are at a different level, but don't underestimate the rest of them either. This should prove to be fun. It's just like you say, the enemy has experienced fighters in their midst.
Missile.
Locked on.
Wow, sharks. Strider 1, enemy on your tail.
Missile did not connect.
SAP. Yes, I'm talking about them.
Cyclops, Strider, stop Mr. X.
Missile.
Let yourselves be distracted. Signal the leader.
Bandit has a lock on me.
Fox 2! Fox 2! This is Cyclops 3. I've been hit. I gotta eject. Take him out one by one.
Cyclops 3 is bailed out safely. Don't worry, he's gonna make it. Listen, Trigger, real talk. If we keep this up, someone's not going home. I'll act as a leader. Meanwhile, you shoot down Mr. X.
What?
Missile away.
Alright, he grabbed the bait. Time to take him for a ride.
Missile did not connect.
Man, this is one stubborn bastard. He's on my tail, but he won't fire. Wait for the perfect shot, eh? Sorry, stranger. My boys will let you have it.
Missile. Missile.
Enemy's got a lock.
Enough with your air show, Wiseman. You're pushing it.
Oh, Cal, that's sweet. I never knew you cared.
Missile.
You're all grown up. I'll even let the wisecrack slide.
Hey, I'm being serious here.
Missile.
I'm hit! Missile inbound.
Missile.
Drinking.
Stay focused. We've still got a monster to slay.
Hold up. My radar has shown that an enemy aircraft has been stuck on Cyclops 1 for a while now.
Makes my blood run cold to even think if he came up on my 6. Shit! Seymour, your plane has had it. Eject! Forgive me. Good luck.
He's refusing to fire. He wants a sure shot. Not too bad.
He's acting as a decoy.
He has absolute trust in his allies, I see. You're quite the entertainer, but the show's over with this next shot. Wasn't a bad pilot.
Wiseman! Missile closing!
I'll keep him on me. Just a bit longer.
Shit. Cyclops 1 is down.
Cyclops 1 and 2.
Eject already, Wiseman! I'm sorry, Count. This plane exploded. Wiseman! Stay strong. We're not done here. Cyclops 2, you've got the lead. Wiseman! Shit! Negative, Cyclops 2. You're the lead. I can't do it. Trigger should take command. The duty is yours. That's impossible. Do it. Damn it. Cyclops 4, form an element. We need our top gun if we're gonna take out that bastard.
Wilco count.
Good lord. All we can do is rely on our best pilot now.
Shit. This guy's too tough.
I don't think I can take him on.
Missile hit.
Damn.
Now go finish the job.
Get Mr. X, Trigger. Shoot it down, Trigger. You can do it. In fact, you're the only one who can. My radar suddenly turned off.
What is it? Respond.
My data won't update.
My HUD is
Damn
glitching
it.
out.
What was that?
I've lost radar contact. What the?
Look at the sky. Towards the sun.
What is that?
A star? No. Maybe an explosion?
This is Soul Squadron. Head home. It's not safe to stick around here if we lose our base.
Listen up. We've just lost our real-time connection with Mission Command. It's not just Mission Command. I'm not getting any response from outside our LOS. Brabante is now under Ocean control. The operation was a success. We didn't get the orders that should have come after the operational success. We'll guide you to the scheduled airport. All aircraft, leave this airspace immediately.
Negative. They've got a debt to pay.
Count, we all feel the same way.
Shit.
So Wiseman died for nothing.
This is a peacekeeping force forward base near other Allied aircraft have probably been forced to make emergency landings at other airfields. We don't know much. The mission to capture the capital is nearly complete, but we unfortunately have no intel. The enemy communication satellites are down, and we have confirmed the deaths of several Erusian leaders. But our enemy was smart. They had a similar plan. Our own communication systems were destroyed at approximately the same time. We have no idea when or if they'll come back online. Stand by for further details.
As far as the chaos we find ourselves in these days, it's difficult to say which side pulled the trigger first. Erusia deployed an automatic intercept system with drones. Osea implemented long-range attacks to bypass them. So Erusia decided to sabotage Osea's communications and navigation technology. Erusia couldn't launch a satellite themselves, but they were still able to hack the software of the Osean transmission and navigation systems. Before Osea even noticed, half of their satellites were hijacked. That's when things got ugly. In an attempt to knock out each other's capabilities, both forces launched fighters loaded with anti-satellite missiles at the same time. Only military satellites were targeted. However, their destruction created a debris field in orbit, which wiped out scores of other satellites, both private and government-owned. What kept the world relatively sane up to that point had been free-flowing data and information. But now, those were gone. All that remained was chaos and confusion. Government and civilian broadcasts and transmissions were cut off. The flow of information had ceased. Forces on both sides of the conflict now found themselves unable to communicate with their superiors. Many of the smaller countries annexed by Erusia and yearning for their independence seized the opportunity and started their own uprisings. As for why some of Osea's military decided to break off from the main force and continue on their own, I have no idea. Perhaps there was some sort of dispute over the chain of command. The continent that had once seen wars that were only fought between Osea and Erusia was now full of numerous conflicts between rival leaders vying for power. Insurgencies were everywhere. I even heard a rumor that a group of Osean convicts had rebelled. Rumors. It never ceased to amaze me that even at a crazy time like this, something as trivial as a rumor could find its way here. Communications from corporate were cut off. Apparently, the entire computer network was down. It was a wise decision to make our drones autonomous with AI instead of being radio-controlled. Wise and forward-thinking. Even with their GPS offline, they can still use their sensors to navigate as long as they're working properly. I'm sure the drones are still working perfectly, following their mission orders to the letter. I wish I could upload Mihai's new data to them. But without a connection, I can't upload the software to the active drones. The new ones we're making, though, there should still be enough time to upgrade those before they're activated. I'll be taking the data I've acquired away from the front lines now. Oh, and I'll be taking the girls, too. I told my assistant Masa it was time to get Mihai's granddaughters ready to leave here. She's not much older than the girls, but she has a way about her, and I'm sure she won't have any trouble with them. I saw a plane flying off in the distance. I imagine it was looking for a safer place. The plane had a rose emblem on it.
Erusia's communication networks have been down since their satellites were destroyed. Unfortunately, we are experiencing trouble too. All of Usea has been affected, and we don't know when things will be back up and running. We're not even sure if this is Erusia's doing. Still, we will follow the strategy that was originally planned and move on to the next operation after liberating Farbanti. Let's get to it. Since the war began, we've been receiving communications in secret from an officer in the Erusian army.
With the capital under our control, Erusia's radical element is losing support quickly, affecting the balance of power.
HQ is thinking of using the military officer as a way to gain leverage to settle peace negotiations. The officer is currently hiding in the outskirts of Anchorhead Bay, having joined up with support dispatched from the Osean army. The plan is that they'll take a standard vehicle to a rendezvous point at a harbor in the east part of the city, where a helicopter will be waiting.
I would like the new Strider Squadron to provide escort for the officer. Cyclops will remain at the base on standby to serve as defense.
With the communication network currently down in the capital, I very much doubt Erusia will be able to mount a regimented counterattack. However, it is likely that Erusia's intelligence department and the remaining forces who are aware of the officer's movements will interfere. Keep a close eye on the officer and make sure he stays safe. Our victory in Farbanti has given us a golden opportunity to finally end this war. Be safe out there.
Take note that our satellite-based IFF has become unreliable following the recent communications failure. As such, target ID will be done by processing the images from the infrared cameras on your aircraft. Objects will initially appear as unknown on your HUDs, but will be ID'd once you close in on them for a set period of time.
Strider Squadron, you're cleared to taxi.
To the unidentified Osean craft, this is Captain Carl of the Osean Army. Are you here for the escort? You're not the squadron I was expecting.
Strider Squadron, you're cleared to taxi.
unidentified Osean craft. This is Captain Carl of the Osean Army. Are you here for the escort? You're not the squadron I was expecting. Are you really friendlies? Over.
This is Longcaster. Airborne warning and control system for the Osean Long Range Strategic Strike Group. Captain Carl, they're on our side.
And those two pilots we've heard about must be here too.
Okay, I hope you're right. Longcaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion.
We'll image process the unknowns caught in your cams to identify friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, we just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire.
It's something I'll never get used to. But tonight has been a total shock. The city under martial law. Gunfire and the roar of jets echoing through the streets.
Give me Strider Squadron's IDs. Oh, and hand me that sandwich. Strider 1, target acquired.
It is not machines that make the decisions, Wilbur. It's people. Understand that.
Strider 1, missile launched. Entering the Anchorhead Bay area. Buildings will block your line of sight. Make sure to keep track of your objective.
How this war ends depends on this mission. I'm counting on you.
Understood. Strider Squadron, identify the unknowns along the route.
If we're not ruin our ideals, then what point is there in living? That's not that you leave this country.
I've been spiked.
Nice work, Leo 2. That's a confirmed kill. You are a true patriot.
Strider 1, alien gun destroyed.
How are we supposed to tell the difference? There are enemies everywhere.
It's Erusian! Shoot it down!
Trigger, that one's Osean. Do not attack before target identification is complete.
This is a message to all of you fighting out there. Ask yourselves, what is best for our country? You were the ones on the radio. We don't know our location. Give us orders.
We have no orders, but we do have ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Roger that. Move us on our way home.
is Ocean Forces. This is AWACS from the LRSSG.
Our info has been updated.
It's a Russian. Strutter 1 has crashed.
Lancaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oceans won't shoot us in this confusion.
Will image process the unknowns caught in your cams to identify friend or foe? The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, we just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire.
War is something I'll never get used to, but tonight has been a total shock.
Caution. Pull up.
The city under martial law, gunfire, and the roar of jets echoing through the streets.
Give me Strider Squadron's IDs. Oh, and hand me that sandwich.
You were the ones on the radio. We don't know our location. Give us orders.
We have no orders, but we do have ID data. Check your TAP terminal.
Organization. We need to know what's what.
Roger that. We'll look for our way home.
Entering the Anchorhead Bay area. Buildings will block your line of sight. Make sure to keep track of your objective.
How this war ends depends on this mission. I'm counting on you.
Understood. ID'd as Ocean Forces. This is AWACS from the LRSSG.
Our info has been updated.
Strider Squadron, identify the unknowns along the route. It's a Russian.
They aren't responding aggressively.
Being general, if they're conservatives, they'll listen to us. The negotiations were a success, Lancaster. They've opened up a path for us. The more the merrier.
Fox 2.
We can't see the tops of the roofs from down here. Be on the lookout for enemy ambushes. We made it through the Anchorhead Bay area. We're heading along Highway 208 under the bridge. We're taking the coastal highway at the next ramp.
All right.
The use of drones makes war more palatable. Why don't people realize this?
There's a strict curfew, but people gather at bars and other places to learn what's going on.
We're gonna ruin our ideals. What point is there in living? That's that you leave this country. What if we wait and see if they're friendly?
There's an unknown on our route. We can't proceed.
He has a lock on you.
Fighting with drones is what got us into this mess.
Wait. General managed to convince them.
Listen, those that protect General LaFarge are the real patriots. Onward! On your side, you
There's a vehicle up ahead. It's gonna ask us to pay a toll. Get closer and find out if it's an enemy vehicle.
We'll go. Let's go.
We archived all the footage that we've shot for when the communication networks come back online.
We need to remind everyone that there's no such thing as a Cold War.
Signs of cloud warfare at the beginning of this war are now gone.
There's a vehicle blocking the road. No response to hails. It's the radicals. Castor. We're taking a detour. Don't lose us.
Strider 1, General's route has changed. Keep your eyes on his vehicle. Don't let him out of your sight.
Here comes a traitor, LeBar.
Go, Warner.
This is a wide net they've cast. They really don't want the war to end, do they? LeBar's in that vehicle!
Set up in all the right places.
Nickel. 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 Caution.
We have some enemies coming up behind us. They're gaining on us.
Nickel. Nickel.
We changed our route, but the enemy's still on us.
Nickel.
Missile launched. Hostile lock on you, Strider 1.
It is not machines that make the decisions in war. It's people. Understand that.
Nickel. Nickel.
Strider 1, AA gun destroyed.
Shoot down any aircraft out of Russia. What are you thinking?
That was too close for comfort.
Target destroyed.
Turn right. No, wait, that goes into the ocean.
Fighting out there.
I can't shake the enemies on my tail.
What is best for our country?
Maintain speed. We'll be able to break through that shutter. General, do you mind keeping it down for a minute? You'll bite your tongue. At least give us a side mirror.
Throttle.
We're almost at landfill number 7. If we can make it through, we'll be in arm's reach of the rendezvous in Kruger Park. Captain Carl, do you have the means to record this conversation? I wish to explain to you the situation inside Erusia. I'm sure the boys listening upstairs will record it.
The open declaration of war, expanding the front lines, was all the work of some young Erusian officers. They were referred to as the Radicals, but there was an unseen force guiding them. It was technology they borrowed from the Belkans. When they actually went to war, the performance of the attack drones exceeded their wildest dreams. And they were incredibly clean, which got public opinion and the opportunists within the military on their side. They even manipulated the princess. The Belkan technology advanced UAV research within the Erusian Flight Test Center by at least 10 years. They used the flight data from a former ace pilot to create drone AI, but
Target shot
to
down.
us it's no different than magic or alchemy. Airplanes are meant to be flown by human beings. Those of you listening in, my long
We're heading towards Grunder Park. Rendezvous point is a helipad on this man-made island. We'll ditch the car and take the helicopter from there.
Members of a military group calling itself the Free Erusians. An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. Got a bad feeling.
Strider 1, target destroyed.
Nickel.
An aircraft was crashed. All traitors will be shot down. Right! We took fire from our own allies. Is this place under rebellion too?
Nickel.
I'm hit! Get this guy off my back! Open fire on that vehicle!
The VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped.
Locked on.
Nickel.
Maintain in my sight. Lock on.
Nickel.
Somebody take out those allied planes behind us.
something!
Caution. Pull up. Missile. Caution. Pull up. Caution. Caution.
Strider 1 is down!
There are rumors of a military group calling itself the Free Erosions.
An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. Got a bad feeling.
Missile away. Target destroyed.
Unidentified aircraft to the drones. Scratches on the tail. Yeah, those guys are part of Russia's people unit. They actually believe in using robots to put an end to bloodshed. You heard the comm. There are no friendlies out there. Okay,
Open fire on that vehicle!
The VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped. Target acquired.
Pull up.
enemy flak base. Breaking up!
Missile. 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 Caution.
Goddamn civil war. This is how a country falls into ruin after losing. UAVs are acting strange. Their autonomous mode must be bugged. It's not the drones that are faulty. It's the third-party working on.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Missile. Missile.
Bandit in my sight. Lock on.
Taking fire! We can't hold off! Try to help us before we get shot. It's not like this is a tank or anything.
Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. New coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 1999 Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
Well, yeah, don't they know nowhere is safe?
It's Erosion! Shoot it down!
Trigger, that one's Ocean. Do not attack before target identification is complete.
Our capital's fall has led to another power struggle within the Erosion military.
Start receiving my orders!
It's all gone to hell. The radio chatters about the Civil War.
Missile.
Radio?
Missile.
You have one in your cockpit?
We're about to cross Anchor Bridge. There'll be nowhere to hide.
That was something.
The government forces and the
Bridge is being blocked off by a tank. This isn't good.
Yeah, ever since my previous squadron.
You hear me? That was friendly fire!
You cannot fire on a target until it's ID'd. Don't let it happen again.
An armored vehicle's behind us. It's a vehicle used by the Erosion forces. Take it out!
Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Clear the way for him.
We're taking fire! Take care of them!
Missile.
Fire from our own allies. Is that place under rebellion too? Crying on plane.
We're under attack! Hurry up and do something!
Missile.
Drone is acting suspiciously. Shoot it down.
rumors of a military group calling itself the Free Erosions.
An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. Got a bad feeling. This will turn.
Stall warning.
An aircraft was scratched. All traitors will be shot down. Fire from our own allies. Is this place under the rebellion too? Destroy aircraft with tally marks on the tail. Their beetles and their doubles.
Open fire on that vehicle.
The VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped.
Missile. Missile.
The drones aren't receiving my orders. Can we switch the UAVs to slave mode?
Missile.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Radicals were so busy developing UAVs, you forgot to develop real pilots. You are a disgrace.
That plane's starting to ice up.
Strider 1, target destroyed.
Try to help us before we get shot. It's not like this is a tanker.
Destroyed. Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. New coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 199er Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
Well, yeah, don't they know nowhere is safe?
Our captain's fall has led to another power struggle within the Erosion military.
It's all gone to hell. Even radio chatters about the Civil War. Radios? You have one in your cockpit? Yeah, ever since my previous squadron. I've got it taped, nice and secure.
Stall warning.
We're about to cross Anchor Ridge. There'll be nowhere to hide.
That was something.
Bridge is being blocked off by a tank. This isn't good.
Wonderful, so be it!
Missile.
Prepare to fire on a moment's notice.
Missile.
An armored vehicle's behind us.
Missile.
Vehicle used by the Erosion forces. Take it out!
Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Clear the way for us.
Missile. Missile.
Taking fire! Take care of them!
Come on, Tom. There are no friendlies out there.
Unknown aircraft approaching! We're taking fire! We can't hold off!
My engine rigid. Where did it come from? I'm surrounded by nothing but friendly. No, the attack was an unintentional mistake. Even in a time of war, it was a mistake to create something like a fuel plant.
I didn't think we were gonna make it, but you saved us. Thanks. We're taking fire from vehicles blocking our path!
Missile. Missile.
We've almost reached the container area. Watch out for enemy ambushes.
Understood. Ocean forces at landfill number 4. They're firing on our VIP. We're uploading the latest ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Thanks for the help. I don't think we could have survived a few more shots like that. Our movement is restricted by an unidentified unit near our location.
Strider 1 crashed.
There are rumors of a military group calling itself the Free Erosions.
An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. Got a bad feeling.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Unidentified aircraft to the drones. Those 3 strikes. I heard scratches on the tail mean that it's part of the penal unit. All rebels must be taken down.
Missile.
actions of the using robots will put an end to bloodshed. You
Missile.
heard the comm. There are no friendlies out there.
Open
fire on that vehicle!
The VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped.
We have no choice! Fire!
Target acquired.
Missile.
Somebody take out those Allied planes behind us! Pursuing aircraft and carry marks on the tail. They're beaming with the rebels.
Locked on, Bandit.
UAVs are acting strange. Their autonomous mode must be bugged. It's not the controller. It's the screw-charged Foxtrot.
Try to help us before we get shot. It's not like this is a tank or anything.
Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. New coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 1999 Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
Well, yeah, don't they know nowhere to see?
Our capital's fall has led to another power struggle within the Erusian military.
It's all gone to hell. Even radio chatters about this war. Radio? You have one in your cockpit? Yeah, ever since my previous squadron. I've got it taped, nice and secure.
We're outnumbered. There were too many conservatives in the Air Force that hated the truth.
We're about to cross Anchor Bridge. There'll be nowhere to hide.
That was something.
The bridge is being blocked off by a tank. This isn't good. An armored vehicle's behind us. It's a vehicle used by the Erusian forces. Take it out!
Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Clear the way for him.
Taking fire! Take care of them!
Goddamn support. This is how a country falls into ruin after losing. Take out Eddie in autonomous mode. It's Erusian! Shoot it down!
Forces at landfill number 7. This is Beacon Spawncaster.
That vehicle is going on!
Trigger, that one's Ocean. Do not attack before target identification is complete.
We're taking fire! We can't hold off! We've almost reached the container area. Watch out for enemy ambushes.
Understood.
General, we still have drones at our disposal. Early talks. Watch over the future generalists are behind heavens.
Our movement is restricted by an unidentified unit near our location. I didn't think we were gonna make it, so you saved us. Thanks.
What? We're taking fire from our own allies. Is this place under rebellion too?
General's vehicle is under attack. Our VIP is taking fire.
We're under attack! Hurry up and do something!
Missile. Missile. Missile.
I've been spiked.
Missile. Missile.
Those guys shooting up there. Aren't they both Oceans?
In gun range.
Missile.
We made it somehow. Try to get off your ass a little faster next time.
Missile.
We're the only ones here on our side.
We're coming up on a tunnel. We'll need to split up until we reach the exit. There's more to Belgian technology than just UAVs. Thinking IFF designations for one was an astonishing feat.
Missile.
They used it to make drones that resembled Ocean fighters. And then to assassinate Harling and put the blame on enemy fighters. But in the end, Belgian technology only brought chaos to the world.
She's responsible for Harlan's assassination.
You talking politics? That's new.
Can't ignore a story like that, right, Trigger?
You radicals were so busy developing UAVs, you forgot to develop real pilots. You are a disgrace.
Concentrate your fire on the combat vehicle.
They don't respond. Shoot 'em down.
Confirming Strider 1 destroying target.
Strider 1, Box 2.
We were nearly done for. I couldn't have asked for better timing.
Nice. We're proceeding by the Oceans, attacking the radicals.
Maybe we should join up with them. It means getting rid of those assholes faster.
Regionalism is part of the infighting within these groups.
We've reached the industrial zone. This should be the new rendezvous point. The coordinates are up ahead. Take out any enemies in the surrounding area.
Welcome.
Officers from countries annexed by Erosia have taken multiple groups and declared independence.
Glad we waited. Don't worry, we won't let anybody through after you.
Almost at the rendezvous, with the rear to the others. Understood.
Watch that man. The radicals truly believe most control productions will make up for losses. They should be taking responsibility for the capital's fall, but instead they're prolonging the war. That is why proper conservatives like myself are moving to regain control. If all goes well, we should be able to sign a truce with Osea quickly.
How'd you last long, Chester? We've been briefed and we're here to help. Quiet lock on bandit. Firing!
We've reached the rendezvous point. There's the chopper, too.
Who do we turn to in this darkest hour? We need a beacon of light to show us the way. This is the Erosion News Network.
Caution. Pull up.
Okay, let's go. We're getting out of here. I've had just about enough of this place. I'd like to offer my thanks to the LRSSG. This should finally bring about a true end to the war.
Understood. Good luck. Multiple unidentified aircraft approaching.
This plane is carrying civilians. We have escort fighters, but we do not intend to engage in combat. Please stand down.
What's going on?
Try to get a little closer. Weapon use is prohibited.
What's going on? Dr. Schroeder!
Whoa. There's a girl on board?
He's not lying about carrying civilians.
No. Unless she's a soldier.
Weapon use is prohibited. We've checked footage. It does seem to be a transport with escorts.
I repeat, this craft is carrying civilians. We are not here to fight.
Trigger, what the hell are you doing? Trigger, what the hell are you doing?
This plane is carrying civilians. We have escort fighters, but we do not intend to engage in combat. Please stand down.
What's going on?
Try to get a little closer. Weapon use is prohibited.
What's going on? Dr. Schroeder!
Whoa. There's a girl on board?
He's not lying about carrying civilians.
No. Unless she's a soldier.
Weapon use is prohibited. We've checked footage. It does seem to be a transport with escorts.
I repeat, this craft is carrying civilians. We are not here to fight.
Dr. Schroeder, tell me what's happening.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you, but do not attack the civilian liaison.
That's the aircraft your grandfather told me about. The one with the scratches.
There it is. The EASA liaison plane. They engage in witchcraft with Belkin technology. They're responsible for leading the military down the wrong path.
Wait. Unknown's attacking the girl's plane.
Hold on tight.
Lancaster, permission to engage.
Negative.
What?
They could be Osean fighters. ID them ASAP.
Shit.
That's all we can do.
ID complete. They're Erusian fighters. What the hell is going on?
Stay sharp.
Uh-huh.
Right. I'm shooting him down.
acquired.
Solid order.
Nice kill!
Good work. All hostile aircraft eliminated. The liaison is safe. Wait.
The escort fighter is... The drive. They're missing the drive.
What the hell? You gotta be kidding me. Liaison escort has a radar lock. They're targeting you guys.
What the hell? We were just helping them.
Erusian aircraft, this is AWACS Lancaster. Do not engage the liaison. Break off now.
Can you hear me on this channel, OCN craft? Those escort aircraft are drones. They are currently being operated autonomously. They are not being controlled by anyone. They are flying on their own volition.
What?
In that case, we have no choice but to shoot the aircraft down.
Unfortunately, yes.
Missile.
We did what we could. Weapons free. We're cleared to attack the escort.
Welcome. Understood.
Wilco.
Can't afford the MQ-89's launch! Our commands are overridden! They must be accessing it remotely. Which unit is behind this?
Hey, it's not our fault they won't listen to reason. Why build something like that? Whoever did is the king of all dumbasses.
To build something else entirely.
Additional hostiles inbound. Great timing.
Son of a bitch.
This way!
Gun range.
The escort must have used its remote activation rights to gain more allies. Clever.
Missile inbound. Drinking.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you. Target acquired. 5 bandits remaining.
Damn it. They don't have the drive they need.
Four bandits left.
It's not enough to be really functional.
Low on
There
special
has to be a time when it should not function. But planned.
Missile.
3 bandits to go.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
2 bandits left. Show them what you got. One bandit to go.
Strider 1, that's what I like to see. Another story to tell my boy.
Understood. All hostiles have been eliminated. Nice. General's helicopter is flying safely outside Anchorhead Bay. All aircraft, RTB, mission complete.
All hostiles, huh?
General, the Ocean aircraft is here to pick us up. The approaching Ocean aircraft.
Losing his army? Elaborate. They stole our sealed orders.
The VIP.
It should be a piece of cake.
Are you sent by the General's staff? No, we'd like you to send... No, I can't!
There are 3 scratches.
What does that mean?
The tail of that plane.
Lancaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion.
In order to respond to the attack on the base, Cyclops has scrambled after being on standby. We'll head up too once our planes are ready. Oh, and Labarth is dead.
What did you say?
Apparently, he was shot down by another Osean aircraft after he left the area of operations. I mean, I know it was chaos, but still. At any rate, the sealed order operation has come to a close. We have no idea about a plan for going forward.
All we can do for now is watch our own backs.
What's up with the commander?
He's staying in his room. He's still alive, since we can hear him crying.
The island we went to was supposed to have been secured by the ground forces. They hadn't gotten a handle on things by the time we got there, so now we were stuck in the middle of a half-assed campaign. My job was to get the planes ready for combat, making repairs and handing them over to our troop of cons. Thing is, the enemy still had the hangars. The comms were still down, so none of us knew what the hell was going on. The last transmission I heard before everything went to shit was that some prisoners from an Osean military penal unit rioted and managed to escape. They stole some jets and now they were flying around, taking out their former allies left and right. I wonder if any units like ours were out here, creeping around. Hearing the Osean jets firing at each other overhead chipped away at morale. Since the radio was out, it was quiet. I liked it better that way. All I heard was the gunfire. Here we were, walking around carrying rifles. We were pilots, damn it. Friendly fire will probably kill us. You know things are desperate when the guards that used to lock us into solitary are now telling us it's better we all stick together. I guess they think our odds of surviving this war are better that way. After walking for miles across the battlefield, we came across the wreckage of a plane. Passenger, not military. I knew that rose. It was an Erusian liaison plane. The guards' dogs smelled something and took off. They led us to a cliff. And the bodies.
Today, I lost everything. When Osea attacked our capital, my father, a man who was never really suited to being the king, was killed. I was to be flown out of the war zone to safety, but the plane was shot down by rebels. The entire crew was killed in the crash. Soldiers appeared and one shot at me. My dog went after him and shot him to pieces. He was my best friend. After all those speeches I gave about working together for peace, I thought everyone felt the same as I did. I'm sure the soldier who shot at me knew I was the Princess of Erusia. He was Erusian too. More soldiers have come. Now, there is no one left to protect me. I am so numb, I cannot move. I watch as one of their dogs approaches. It sniffs mournfully at my dead friend. I wonder if it grieves for him as much as I do. I can barely think. I feel weaker by the minute. I don't know who these soldiers are with, but I managed to take a sip of the water they gave me.
How long have you been here?
Somehow, I muster the courage to answer the woman's question. I tell her I've been there 3 days. They gather around me with grim looks on their faces. What would they do if they knew I was the Erusian princess? After searching the cockpit of the plane, the woman who spoke to me before came back to me.
This is an air-to-ground tactical radio. It still works!
I noticed she walked with a limp. She knelt down next to me and asked her companions to give me some food. And then, very softly, she said,
"You see,
I used to listen to your broadcasts, Your Royal Highness.
Just what did you see here?
Okay, enough talk. Your opinions have all been taken into consideration. Beyond the seizure of Forbanti, which is important, and supporting the Erusian officer, at this point, I just don't know what our strategy is, or what our mission will be. Radio communication is still patchy for both the military and civilians, so we're getting zip from Mission Command about our orders. Still, with countless Erusian forces in the area, it's too dangerous for us to stay around here waiting for a miracle. Now, regarding Count's suggestion to think about self-defense, I think we should make a break for Tyler Island. It was a large Osean base before the start of the war. Count says his previous squadron took part in an operation to seize control of the island. It has the only base that will get us to the space elevator without refueling. It's also a transport facility for supply ships that provide drones and ammo for arsenal birds. For the Osean forces that are looking to reclaim the space elevator, those are two great reasons in its favor. If everything went according to plan, the base may already be in Allied hands when we get there. Though based on what Count told me about the island operation, it won't be easy to seize control.
If the ground troops have managed to open the bridgehead, the transport route to Osea for supply ships should be available.
With so much at stake, I can't imagine Erusia just giving it up without a fight. Things could really have gone bad.
Even if there are enemies left, they should be pretty easy to suppress.
I just want to go home, man.
Me too.
With that look on your face, Trigger, I know exactly what you want to do.
If Trigger's ready to kick ass, then so am I.
Damn straight. We're with you, Trigger.
It's decided then. Let's get all the aircraft and haul ass to Tyler Island. Although we can avoid the Arsenal Birds' anti-air network, there's still remnants from the Erusian forces. I want to get to the island without getting into any unnecessary combat. Pick a fast craft and fix it how you want. Pack for a long trip, but remember, if you drag your ass, you'll get left behind.